Good afternoon, Bulls family, and welcome to this Facebook Live chat with Vodacom Bulls Executive of Rugby and Super Rugby Head Coach 2018, Coach Jonathan Mitchell. We're having a chat with you today, Coach. Welcome.
Yeah, g'day, boy. How are you doing?
Good, and yourself?
You had a good break?
Yeah, I have had. Yeah, thanks. Yourself?
I've had an excellent break. Yeah. Caught up on lots of sleep. Obviously got a bit more balance with family life.
Yes.
After a hectic year.
Yes.
But also an enjoyable year as well. A lot of learning, but also some good results as well.
Yes.
But highly stimulated. Even read a book while I was away on holiday. So,
Did you finish it, Coach?
Yeah, it was a good book actually. It was it's by Matthew Seed. It's called Black Box Thinking, and it's very much about the secrets in high performance, but more about how some organisations and industries have how they've sort of gained from marginal gains, so to speak. So it's probably very much similar to what we've got to look forward to in our pre-season and certainly in 2018.
Yes. Talking on that note, Coach, high performance, we've just earlier released a graphic with our forwards and backs who were chosen to be part of our broader Vodacom Bulls training squad for Super Rugby. We've announced those players. Just your thoughts on the group and the depth we have in the squad.
Yeah, we have a huge depth at the club. We have a lot of senior players, and I think when you are creating a new program in a club, I think it's probably very naive to immediately name a 38 for Super Rugby in 2018. I come with the view that I want to create a greater depth of competitive talent, and so I want the management to spend more individualised time with the players during this period, to give every single one of them an opportunity to get better and ultimately push for a position in that 38-man Super Rugby squad. For me, it's it's a great time of year to get healthy. It's a great time of year to get robust as well, without taking the contact. And we kind of got 10 weeks before we get back into high speed, high game speed training.
Yes.
And like I alluded to, marginal gains. I mean, it's about the players getting their detail, making sure in 10 weeks' time everyone's on the same page. And because in 10 weeks' time, that's when all the skill comes back under pressure. So the more that you can learn around the detail and the movement that's required in the skill will give you probably a greater appreciation of why it's important, and more importantly, when it does come under pressure, it doesn't crack and it gets better. It gets better through the learning.
Yes. Coach, you mentioned a couple of players. You mentioned rest, which is very important. We know a couple of our players have been under the knife and got operations to be better and ready for Super Rugby next year. Talking about that, we also have new signings. We've got two new players within the group who our Bulls family might not be familiar with. The first one is Thembelani Boli. He is a lock and flank forward. And then we got Frans van Wyk, who's a promising prop. Just your thoughts on those two players.
Yeah, Thembelani Boli was very prominent for the Pumas as an open side flanker, blind side flanker. In this year's Currie Cup, he comes with a very strong carry. He athletically, can when you gain line. I think it can add. And certainly, as in the program, we can add to his game and certainly his attacking awareness. But the first thing is he can dominate the game line. So that's and he's versatile as a loose forward. And then Frans van Wyk, he's a tallish tight head. He comes with good movement and agility. Is actually very accurate at scrum time. He went to Monument, so he's very familiar with our area. I think deep down he's actually a Bulls fan from way back. And so for us he creates healthy competition at tight head. Being a taller tight head also gives you some certain advantages in terms of line out lifting as well. So he's going to be a good acquisition. But then you've got to keep Trevor competitive. You've got Conrad's come on massively. You've got Dayan, who's already had Super Rugby experience. So I'm sure these guys that I've just spoken about, they'll certainly drive the standards, and we're going to be only as good as the depth that we build.
Yes. Coach, and then the last question from our side, just looking at the squad and looking at this training camp specifically, what is your philosophy and what do you want to achieve? What do you want to see from the players during this training camp, and what will differentiate them and make them have a good chance to be in that final 38-man squad come next year, January?
History tells us that we probably haven't done it right recently. Why have we failed? What can we learn from the failures? And in many ways, the failures that we've experienced, not just last year, but probably over the last 3 years, it's very hard to face failure because everyone can talk about celebration and good stuff. But to me, really, failure is actually marginal gains in disguise. So what are they, and how can we get them? So we have a game model. That's what we want. But then I guess our thinking comes into is how we're going to implement it. There's two elements to that: individual or collective. So this time's not about the collective. It's about the individual. So how can we make him healthy? How can we make him robust? How can we make him in 10 weeks' time be ready for high game speed? How can we get everyone on the same page in terms of the detail? How can their skills handle pressure in 10 weeks and get away from the lump sum loading that a lot of pre-seasons do within the first 2 weeks, and everyone's had a hutful after 2 weeks, and make it a lot more measured, and let the individual drive his standards up. And clearly there's going to be some players who hit the desired performance in detail early. And there's going to be others who are going to be going through change, which is going to probably take their level of learning a little bit slower. So it's important for us as a coaching group and as a management group is to make sure that we manage the athlete mentally well in that learning phase. So I think the players will really enjoy the program, and also they've got to recognise their failures as well. During this pre-season to make sure that they actually drive that standard up.
Awesome. Coach, our cameras will definitely be rolling during this pre-season training, and we'll definitely catch up with you halfway or during this time. And all the best, and we look forward to Super Rugby next year.
It's a great time of year. It's really not really a prominent role for a head coach as such. It's very much Yakas, Kunzera and Gaff. Gaff's the strength and conditioning team's time of year. We just fit in and with skill integration. Plenty of sunblock though, and a good Vodacom Bulls cap. I think will be worn. Looking forward to playing an operational role as well as a mentorship role in the pre-season.
Yes, Coach John, thanks for your time. All the best. Cheers.